Welcome to Gaming Industry and Finance. We're talking about the financial markets with relation to the gaming industry. This is an absolutely niche channel, guys, so therefore I need your support, comment, like, and subscribe. So today we're going to talk about Ubisoft. So we had the Ubisoft or the Ubi Forward June 2024, and then we also had some developments in France. And you know this, after the European elections on Sunday, there were some developments on the political side, and the overall market in France reacted to this as well. So let's have a first look in on the chart. So today almost 4%, almost 4% down, my friends, almost 4%. And this is then after the Ubisoft Connect. If you look at the 5-year chart, let's see it very quickly. Overall, let's see on the bigger picture. We can okay. Let's see here on the big picture again. So where we are at the moment. So we're still above the lows. We're still above this crazy strong support line of 18-19 euros that I'm always talking about. The question is, can we really come back to the 30 euros? I mean, this is the real goal, my friends. This is the goal where we have been actually in July 23 up to December 23. So everyone was thinking like, so yeah, Ubisoft is doing well, because they were also lowering the debt, etc. And we didn't make it, so we tried it 3 times. We tried it 3 times to get through 30 euros. So now 4% down again. It starts hurting because a lot of people average down massively. That means they have quite big positions now. But for now, it's all fine. It's all fine, my friends. So nothing happened. Nothing bad happened here. So we can still be on a direct run up to the 30 euros and even above it, but we still have to keep in mind there is a risk that we're falling down. So therefore I would say, if I would be completely new in investing in Ubisoft, I would go in small steps and not all in. So, and then I would always buy when it's weak. I would buy a little bit. When it's stronger, I would just let it run. So guys, this is of course no financial advice. I'm just a YouTuber, retail investor. I'm just a clown on the internet, or something like this you say. So please don't buy anything. So I definitely am not a financial advisor. Let's go to the Ubisoft Forward. So had the Ubisoft Forward actually, I think it was it yesterday, did the Ubisoft Forward has some impact on this. So let's go on the official page. Here you can watch it again, the Ubisoft Forward. So we saw some more Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I was actually a bit bored by the trailer, I have to admit. And also then we saw some Star Wars Outlaws official gameplay. What was cool. I mean, it was cool to see it. It was cool to see it, but I mean, it's going to be an open world, so it's you have to play it and you have to get in the game to really understand if you're going to like it. So I mean, that's very important. It's not that when you just watch the trailer that you immediately can say, "Wow, I'm going to love this game." So, but when I look at this here, the trailers that you find so on YouTube, of course, it all looks nice. I mean, it could be really a big game, and it's important actually that this becomes a big game. So Star Wars Outlaws needs to become a big game. We get some new Prince of Persia, we get a new Anno, 117 Pax Romana, X Defiant gets a first season, and then Assassin's Creed Shadows. So Assassin's Creed Shadows together with the new Star Wars game and maybe the new Anno game, question is when this is coming out, are going to be so important. Not Just Dance VR, it's probably not the important game. Monopoly, probably also not the important game. And having some kind of DLCs for Avatar is also not going to change massively where Ubisoft is at the moment. Of course, Ubisoft, if they're able to still make money off Skull and Bones and Rainbow Six, then we can all be very happy as investors. So here on the investors news, latest news, we just have the slideshow. I think you have seen the slideshow already, so there's nothing new. This was from the 15th of May. Well, I think I was not making a dedicated video, but here you can see again the slideshow. Net bookings, digital revenues, where up player recurring investment, back catalog. So was up in this back catalog, especially due to the outperformance of Rainbow Six Siege. So Rainbow Six Siege really hold up the whole game. So if you invest in Ubisoft, or if you invested or you plan to invest, of course, read those earnings, my friends. That's very, very important. You cannot just get over it. So what happened in France? What happened in France? So also, let's see here again the CAC 40. Yeah, that's voila. Here, if we look here, 4% for Ubisoft, and then we look at the CAC 40 today alone, 1.33%. This makes sense then. But and also on 5 days, 2.43%. So this is after the election. So it was already gone down a little bit, but this was now after the election. So the elections is that the President Macron is asking for new elections for the parliament. So he's the president, so he stays the president, but the parliament, the French parliament, is going to have new elections. So this means a new government can get out of this new parliamentarian system, because his President Macron's political party was losing big in the European elections. And the winner was the party of Marine Le Pen. So I think the name is Rassemblement National, I think is the name. So I always mix up those movements. So please don't get too much into this. So what we need to know as investors, so Macron, he's mostly economically friendly for France. So he asks for new elections, and he's going to ask like this for new support. But the surveys are more in favor of another party. So is this party going to be good for the economy? Honestly, guys, it's very difficult to say if they are good or not good. So I don't have the crystal ball, so I don't want to comment this in this sense. So I would say in the end, most probably it will not change so much, except they will change completely all their economic policies. But then on the other hand, then you say, yeah, politics. I mean, politics have like little impact on the stock market. The stock market is driven by games, or it's driven by the economic numbers. So that means, hey, when the stock market, or when a stock is falling on politics alone, yeah, then that's the moment where investing actually makes sense. I mean, I would say it's interesting. So even if it would go down to the 18, 19 euros, then of course then there was going to be the big fear if we break through, and probably no one buys at 19 euros. So people buy that a little bit under it. But in case people would really buy at 19, 18, 19 euros, you can see there's here was a huge candle. So we were down under the 19 euros. We went to the 18, 15. And then we had this little up run, and then obviously it was already getting better than here in January. So we didn't even touch the 1870, because the people were actually buying them here already massively, in relation, of course, to the volume, buying already a lot here. And then here, of course, you got this big candle. This means people were putting their buy orders actually a little bit over this support line. And then again, 2 months later, again we touch the support line, and we're coming back. So three times, my friends. I once read, I think somewhere in an investing book, or I read that touching 3 times like a support line, and then going upwards, searching, that this actually means so we're not coming back to this support line so quickly. I mean, 1, 2, 3 times. Or if we say like here, 1, 2, 3 times. Yeah, makes sense. 1, 2, 3 times. 4th time we were falling. So probably it's always a matter of statistics, of probabilities. I mean, that's investing. So therefore, if you believe, or if we believe still in Ubisoft, that they can make the turnaround even after this, in my opinion, not so spectacular Ubisoft Forward. So I have to say I didn't really like it so much. Other people are probably more happy about it. So, but I didn't say it was mind-blowing. There was nothing that was completely blowing my mind, like the Xbox showcase. The Xbox showcase was incredible. I loved it. So Xbox showcase was so good. But if you believe that the games that they're going to have are able to still fill their pockets, to still give them some earnings, and maybe it's just Rainbow Six X Defiant. Maybe X Defiant is going to be a big success. Then I think we're still at a level where investing in Ubisoft is interesting in the long run. And let's look at the long run. I mean, this is in the 0 years and the millennium years, and then coming back to 2003, and then people probably said, so, oh, it's all over €3. Going back to 35, so having an over 11, a 10 bagger, let's say, around about a 10 bagger, and 2007 and 8, and then again you're going back to the 350, and then this time, so you see, it always gets bigger. It always got bigger. So because the company actually survived every time they survived, and then that's also impact of inflation, interest rates, even going to €106, and now we're back to 17, 18 euros. So and we're still at this under 30 euros. If you compare it then also to 2009 here. So this looks now from 2003, from 2023. This looks also a bit like 2009. So that this would mean from 2009 to 2011, the stock was then again dropping like more than 60-70%. So could we now drop again more than? Oh my God, this looks almost the same. So yeah, this looks almost the same. That would mean then that we would now drop here, and then we would go down, and we would go back to €3. So is this possible? Is this possible, my friends? So difficult to say. I mean, €3 probably is a bit low. So if we look at the numbers here, where are they? I don't see the numbers, my friends. Where are they? More financials here. So Ubisoft overview. So market cap is 3 million. Price to earnings 21. Yeah, it could go a bit lower. Basic EPS 1.27. 1.70. Capital structure, that is the yellow part. Minority interest, market cap. My friends, I just hope we're not going back to the €3. So now we see I'm a bit more negative in the end. But overall, I'm actually more positive that the turnaround will happen around about here, around about 18 to 30 euros. But the possibility that we go back to, for example, 10, 11 euros, 8 to 11 euros, there's also a very strong support line or resistance line to the downside. Everything is possible. So keep this in mind if you invest. Small tranches, small positions, average down when the stock falls. Again, small positions. If it immediately runs up, take care, not buy immediately more, like for example here in 2000 in August in 23, people were then probably buying a lot more, and then it was actually dropping because then it simply didn't get over the Fibonacci retracement, and therefore people were then probably they sat on big positions, and then they're in the minus, and now obviously they're in the minus and don't want to sell. So everyone has his own strategy. So I have my own strategy. So with a stock like Ubisoft, which is volatile, I mean minus 4% today, which is on the one hand a growth company, on the other hand it's not a US company, it's a French company. This has some impact sometimes actually on the way how the stock performs, but also a stock that is that a company that is in a reform process. So there are risks and not only gains. And this is something that you have to keep so close in your mind. So you really have to think about this, my friends, before you invest your hard-earned money, and always invest in relation to your overall position. So a bit more talking today, but it was important, I think, to make this video about Ubisoft. Haven't done a Ubisoft video since a longer time, and I think you deserve it, my friends. So see you next time. Bye-bye.